Hey, I think that's it. I think that's live. I had a little bit of a problem coming on there this morning. Well, this afternoon, actually. How's everybody doing? I always hate these when I first go on them because nobody is there, so I wait for people to come in. But for those of you who are watching this when it's not live, I'm Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, and I'm here to give the messages for the Aries full moon. So people are starting to come in now. So I'll wait for a few more to be there. Please let me know who you are. If you're there, there's people watching. So I'm going to do, hey, Denise, hi. Yeah, it's been a while. I've pretty much had most of the summer off. I'm still doing readings, but with videos and things like that, there was just so much going on. But I'm back now. I'm going to have the November monthlies up as well. In before November. There's a lot happening, but yeah, I'm back now. The winter's coming and everything's going quieter again and calmer. So hi Krista, hi Janet, hi Magic, hi Lee and Karen from the Netherlands. I have some very dear friends in the Netherlands. Nero, Tristan. Hey Tristan, how are you? And Diane, great to see you back. I love your wise and straight talk readings from Bournemouth. Oh, hi. How's the weather in Bournemouth? I know the weather. I've been speaking to some friends in London and they said it's really, really bad. Well, bad. It's raining. Hey, Paul. So yeah, so like I say, it's good to be back because I miss these as well, you know, when I don't do them, because I always get a lot of energy back with these. But there's just been so much going on, and I've got another move coming up this week, still in the same house, but do a different part of it. And then thankfully that is it. I can get all settled. So yeah, everything's up in boxes and stuff like that again. Hi, Robin. So is anybody feeling the energies of this Aries moon already, this Aries full moon? Because it's a strange one. It's very interesting to watch it. I've been watching the energies, you know, the last couple of weeks, and it's really, really interesting. I look refreshed. Yeah, it's island living, you know. You feel very depressed. Yeah, there's a lot of, it's going really, really deep in like below the surface here, Karen. It really has. You've got some get up and go today, Tristan. I think my get up and go has got up and gone. I think that's what's happened. No, I've been out, I've been shopping this morning, and then I met a friend for lunch, and then I've come back to do these. But yeah, it's a very powerful energy, these. Now, before I go into what I've been picking up, they were giving me loads and loads of messages on Friday, so I made some notes of them. But does anybody have any questions, or is there anything that they'd like to ask me before I actually go into these Aries energies? Yeah. Anybody? Sorry, I'm going to have to keep drinking water here. I've completely stopped all of the fizzy pops, so no more Diet Coke, no Fanta Lemon, no nothing. So yeah, I've made some big changes. I went on an amazing retreat a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. I was in Tuscany. Those that are on my Instagram will have seen pictures of it and videos, and those that aren't on my Instagram, then why not get over there and join it. I can put a lot more of my daily life and things that are coming on there as well. So yeah, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was very gentle, and it was life-changing as well. Some big realizations and some big revelations as well, you know, came through, and they're starting to pan out now. So it's like I say, one of the messages I got there is once we sort of witness that something exists, we have no other option than to strive for that, because if we don't, then we're always selling ourselves short. So yeah, it's making yeah, some profound changes I feel are happening, but all good, you know, they're always for the good. Hi Lorraine, thank you for that. Nero, sorry, I can't do personal readings on these ones. These are just for their energies. If you do want a personal reading with me, then the link is below. If you just click on that, you can book in. I think my next available appointment is the end of October. But if you do want me to look at your personal situation, I can only do it there. So sorry, I can't do it on these. Okay. Right. So no other questions. Then I'll get on with what they were coming. So tonight, sorry, tonight we have the Hunter's Moon, and it's the full moon in Aries. Now, the first thing I was getting with this was it's the Hunter's Moon. It's almost like you have to be the hunter. Set your sights on your target or your goal, and then it's almost like don't worry how you get there, just know that you're going to get there. There's a real determination coming through with this, okay? A real, if we have a look at Aries are very determined, you know, it's a fire sign, and some people say that they're feisty, and they are, but they're always determined, you know, and this is what is coming through with this full moon. So we have, it's strange because it's almost like we're releasing a lot. We're releasing a lot of old stories within ourselves. Right, okay. We are releasing a lot of things that no longer serve us. Now, this could be situations, this could be people, you know, things like that. And there's no sadness around this. This is what I want to say, you know, don't have any sadness around this. It's like the seasons. I mean, I know people are all over the world here, but, you know, I focus predominantly on the UK because that is where I spent a majority of my life. And when we get to autumn time, if we think about it, you know, look at the beautiful colors, look at how things change as well, you know, and look at how the trees are getting ready to let go, you know. So autumn can teach us so much, and it teaches us that we can naturally let go of things, okay? We then have the winter where the trees are bare, and then come spring, the shoots start again, okay? So this is the cycle of life, and everything is transient, okay? The more we try to cling to things, and this came out in a reading the other day with somebody, as we're trying to cling and keep things on in our heart like this, what we're doing is we're actually closing our heart down. So the whole idea of this life and the work and the struggles and the challenges and everything like that we go through is so that we open our heart, and our heart must be open. So if we're trying to hold on to something or hold people or situations or anything like that in our hearts, what we're doing is we're closing that. We may be doing this to try and protect ourselves, but what we are doing is actually making things worse for ourselves, because another thing that's coming up with this moon is connection. Okay, connection is so important. You know, they say, what is it? We need 4 hugs a day to survive, 8 hugs a day to thrive, and 12 hugs a day to kind of grow and become who we are. So connection with others is so important, but not if that connection is actually draining you or exhausting you, rather than actually kind of fulfilling you and filling you up. You know, it's like I say, you know, it's like when people steal electricity, they plug into your mains and then they can take that away, you know, but it's constant refueling, and this is what we need. And it's almost, they're showing me then, it's almost like the infinity symbol, you know. And when I was away, there was somebody said to me, and it's something that'll stick like massively with me. It was really, really profound. And they said, give thankfully and receive generously. And, you know, that was huge for me because, you know, I often have a problem in receiving. You know, I can give, but receiving is a problem. And, you know, I've really took that on board and really been trying to, right, okay, you know, I'm allowing myself to receive, but then you also have to have boundaries, because if what you're taking in is unhealthy for you, or it's not good and it's not nourishing and it's not fulfilling, then, you know, you have to say, no, no, take that back. I don't want that. And this moon tonight is all about that. Look at, you know, connections that are kind of uplifting you, you know, like I say, when I come on here, you know, people go, oh, thank you, you know, this sounds, you know, this helps me, but it helps me as well, because I'm getting this energy back, you know, and this appreciation, and it goes both ways, and that's the way it's meant to be as well, you know. So when we're looking at this, it's about, this moon is very much about the self, okay, and about us. Now, this isn't selfish, because we need to look after number one. If we're not looking after number one, then we cannot look after anybody else here, you know. So this full moon, it's saying there could be cords being released, you know, any cords where it's tense as well, where there's tensions. These tensions could go up, you know. It's almost like, I was driving along yesterday and I heard that song in my head, that there's a bad moon on the horizon. And this is it. There's tension, it's fiery, there's stuff under the surface. If we look at, I think Tokyo have had a typhoon, somewhere else has had an earthquake, and this, you know, it makes so much sense with the energies of this full moon, because with Aries, we can go, clock's still ticking, people are going. Right, okay, that should be it. Okay, I'm going to carry on. If you can hear me, could you please let me know? This is always the problems with doing lives, but I really enjoy doing the lives. Yeah, you can see me, Spirit 1974. We've lost a few there, but like I say, hopefully they come back on. So yeah, so this is it. It's about us shedding our layers as well, you know. We've gone through so much this year. It's been quite a testing year. It's been very, very intense. And like I say, there's layers of us that we realize we've been wearing that aren't ours. You know, they've either been put on by other people, you know, put on through our life, you know, through life circumstances. And now it's about shedding them like a snake. We've outgrown that skin. So it's time for us to kind of, you know, push out of it and to start anew. When I'm getting this, it's almost like we are coming out of our shadows. You know, we have been, if you think this year of the amount of times you have been plunged deep, deep into your shadow selves, you know, where it's been uncomfortable, you've been squirming, it's like, I don't like it here. But there's been a reason. We really needed to go deep into those. And what they're showing me here is it's almost like we're coming out of the shadows and into the spotlight. You know, if you imagine a theater and there's all of these the curtains behind and it's dark and you're sitting waiting, and then all of a sudden the curtains open and, you know, this star or whatever is standing there with the full light on them and saying, this is me, this is who I am, you know. So I am is really, really important over this Aries moon as well. Okay, it's I am. You're making a statement, not I'm trying, not I, you know, I could be, not anything I used to be. It's I am. This is who I am now. So there's this sheer determination coming with this. And like I say, we're being assertive, not aggressive. You know, there's a real intelligent intensity coming as well. It's almost like we've been switched on, you know, and switched on. And when, you know, it could be, people could be fighting the system, fighting the government or whatever. It's time to say no. You know, no, that is not cool. And I am not taking that, you know, with whatever it is. So this is a real time to stand up for yourself, you know, and stand up for yourself as well, because this is what is going to actually nourish you. So there's a lot of new beginnings, but with the new beginnings come endings, but that's okay. Like I say, the trees aren't clinging up, their leaves go, no, 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 stay, stay, stay. You know, they're going, right, okay, leaves, get off, you know, we'll have this kind of barren winter, but then come spring, new shoots and regeneration, you know. So this is what is coming through. So manifestation is really, really important at this moment, and it's really powerful. So it's have a look at where are you thinking you're going? Do you have that vision? Because we sometimes rely too much on our visuals, they're saying, rather than our vision. Okay, we need to hold that vision inside of our head and not just rely on what we see around us, because what we see is not always the truth. Okay, so we know the truth, we feel the truth. When something isn't truth, we feel it. Okay, and that is why we need to keep this vision within our head, because if we have this vision and we know where it is and it's complete alignment, if it doesn't feel right, then it's not. Okay, it doesn't matter what it looks like. So this is a real kind of can do, will do attitude. It's like you can't do that. It's like really watches, watch me. Sorry, I've got to stop with my Geordie language, because a lot of people don't understand it. Watch us. It's watch me, and this goes for everybody, not just for me here. So this is us really holding this vision and looking at our destiny, okay? Where are we destined to go? What destination are we setting out for? Because destiny and destination are the same. Okay. And we need to know that each one of us has a purpose on this world, on this earth. It's not just for us. We haven't just got to live happy lives and that's it. This is it. Go through a few lessons. Whatever we are doing, it is how we need to look at how are we serving the world. This is the Aquarian age, okay? The Piscean age is gone. That's what's in it for me. What can I get out of this? What you need to do now is what's in it for the whole that will also benefit me. And when you're working towards that, this is when you will get results. So we all have a purpose and we all have a mission. If you're not clear on it, sit, meditate, ask spirit to show you. It might be something completely different to what you're doing now, but we all have a purpose and a mission to change the world in our own way. And the more we join with people that are like-minded connections, where there's this connection that is filling everybody up as well, the more we can actually do this. So this is, we are really kind of in warrior mode. This is how this moon should be used. If we get into the aggression, if we get into the resentments, if we get into that, we will get burnt by our own fire. Okay, we need to use that fire to actually fuel us and fuel us forward here. We need to fight for fairness, fight for injustice, fight for this planet that we're on. It's almost like we're superheroes, and this is the mission. It's like a comic book kind of thing. Now, the thing is, we need courage to do this, and we can have courage when we know that our heart is pure. If we know what we are putting out, it's very courageous to live with an open heart in this day and age. Very, very courageous. It takes bravery. But if you don't have that courage and you don't take that bravery, then you are selling not just yourself short, but you're selling the world short as well. So it's time to stop hiding. It's time to keep that heart pure, and it's time to keep that courage going. Even if you feel like you could be defeated, it's almost like David and Goliath here. This is what it's like. But it all comes down to self first, okay? And I'm sorry, it's not about other people around, it's about you. Are you in alignment? If you are in alignment and certain situations or whatever is taking you out of alignment, then that is not serving you and it's not serving the world. So it's about you being complete alignment, and it's about you going forward. This is about the here and now. Yes, we have this vision for the future. We need to forget the past. We say goodbye to that and hello to this new future as well, because we need to dare to dream. This is it. If we don't have a dream, if we don't have a dream that, things can change within the world, things can change within our life or whatever, then it's never going to happen. We need to use this mind, our intuition, and our imagination together. Get out of our head, because, when we're in our head and we're in our ego, that does not serve us or anybody else. So we need to keep that dream. We need to keep that focused, almost burnt into our third eye here. And that is our focus all the time, because that is when we are helping ourselves and we are helping others as well. So we're being told here we need to just go for it. Okay, you might feel scared, but you know what? If you wait until you never feel scared, you will never ever do it. Everybody feels fear. Everybody feels fear, but it's those that don't allow it to hold them back. If you allow fear to hold you back, then that's it. There's no point. You need to feel that fear and do it anyway, because often the things that we're scared of, when we face them, they're not as scary, so we need to face our fears here. We cannot completely omit fear from our life, but we can omit it stopping us from doing things, So this is it. It's manifest. What do you want out of life? What do you want to give to life as well? Because this is it. It's give and take. There's some people that will take a part, or there's some people that will take part. And this is exactly what we need. So this is about our purpose and our self, okay? And like I say, this is about keeping us clean, keeping us in alignment, and keeping this fire burning in our belly that we can actually make change, okay? So they are the energies of the full moon tonight. Right, okay, sorry, can I just say something a second? I haven't been reading because it takes me off when I'm channeling. I'm looking at all of these, and there's quite a lot of negativity, okay, that is actually coming down on this page here. I've just looked quickly. There's somebody getting stabbed, there's abuse, there's all of this. Do we realize that when we are manifesting, it's what we're taking in? Okay, if we are living in this negativity all of the time, yes, there's shit going on in the world. There's so much shit going on in the world. But if this is where we're putting our focus collectively as well, this is where that energy is going to manifest and get bigger. So I'm sorry, I don't like negativity on this page, because there's always a reason for everything. There always is. But it's where we put our focus. This is what I've been talking about, and if we're talking about all of this, like I say, I'm sorry, but I'm just flicking through it here, and it's negative, negative, negative. You will never have a positive life if you have a negative mindset. You can't. It's impossible. Our thoughts become things. What we put out in the world comes back to us, and like I say, if other people, there is shit going on in the world. I'm not dismissing that. I'm not a Pollyanna by all means. People that know me and read these, they watch my videos, they know that. But it's where do we want to put our focus? Because when I'm looking at that, I don't watch the news. I don't watch anything like that. But when I'm looking at that, I might as well be sitting watching the news, And what this does is this instills fear. Okay? So yes, there's bad stuff, but always look for the good stuff within that. There are people that have completely changed their lives. People that have had horrific lives, that have had the sheer determination that this moon has given us, and change their lives for the better. And then they go on to change other people's lives, because they learn. They do not dwell in the past. They do not dwell in the negativity, So the thing is, please, if it's negativity that's coming on here, please take it somewhere else, because that is not what I work with. I get very open when I come on here, okay? I open myself up fully, okay? And I do not have negativity in my life. And when I'm open fully, this can actually come into me, okay? So please, if there's negative and stuff like that, then, take it elsewhere. Like I say, when I'm doing a personal reading with somebody, yes, there will be things come up, but that is personal, okay? This is a collective. And all you need is that one little drop of negativity in this collective, and it spreads like wildfire. And this is what I'm talking about, this Aries wildfire, So look at it. Are you going to be assertive? Are you going to let this fire burn you? because, you know, I'm sorry, not on my watch. I don't, and I get it. You know, if anybody wants to speak to me personally, they can get in touch with me and I will be there. I will be there to hold space for whatever negative is happening within their life. And I will be able to explain it to them. Okay. But not when this is a collective like this. You know, I am not giving up my Sundays to be in that way. I hope that makes sense. I'm not annoyed here. I'm just, as they say, being assertive. Okay, because like I say, people watch these to try and have their mood lifted, not to bring them down. And it's as simple as this. I mean, this is a really good lesson to show how negativity can actually totally change a situation in seconds, you know? So, right, okay. I feel like I've had to give a telling off. It reminds me of when I used to be a teacher there. It's funny. Right, sorry, I'm going to have a drink there. Sorry, that probably sounded horrible on there. These videos pick up everything. So I'm sorry about that. Hey, Joy. Bye, is this you now? 2:28. Yes, it is. That Joy Finley there, she is my auntie. You came in just at the right time, Auntie Joy. I've just been having a bit of a rant there. Yeah, that's it. Send love to any situation. Thank you for that, Robin. Send love to any situation. I used to wear a bracelet that said "Only love today" to remind me of that, you know. But I give it away because it was meant to. I was told to give it away and let it go, you know. Never. My Auntie Joy makes me laugh so much. This is my mum's sister. So, right, okay, so I'm going to start on, I think we all need a cigarette now. Yeah, I've gone on to Rollies, but I do have some old ones. I'm going to have a little draw of one because I'm smoking Rollies now because they're so much better. But I do have a packet that I use in the car and, you know, for times like this when I get stressed. Just logged on to a bollocking off the love Buddha hardship, but true. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Is that what it is if I just give you all a bollocking, have I? So look, even my lighter says it. Love and peace, man. That's what it's about. We are never going to change the world with a negative mindset. You know, we're never going to live a positive life with a negative mindset. I don't even like these proper cigarettes now anyway. You know, I feel guilty when I'm smoking them, which is bizarre, you know, so I'm making a conscious effort. I've gotten on waiting for Wes to bring them. Right, okay, so does anybody have anything to say about that before I start the readings? Yeah, because I don't want to have to block the chats on these. And I don't want to have to make them where I pre-record them and put them out. You know, I love connecting with you all. But like I say, when it's stuff like this, I've gone blurry. I cannot do anything about it. It must be my connection. Sorry about that. So has anybody got anything to say about that, about the bollocking? It's like I say, this Aries moon, you know, my daughter phoned me last night and she works in a pub and she was like, is there something going on with the moon because the place is full of arseholes? And I was like, yeah, exactly. You know, that's what's happening. So, yeah. We need to fight it, yeah, and we don't realize, you know, how little things are, you know, that you know, how's everything? Oh yeah, it's fine, and it's not, you know, and then it's all, and you know what this was, and you know what that, we all fall into it, myself included. But like I say, I've made myself a promise that no more negativity. I'm not doing it, you know, I'm not doing it. It's like I say, positivity all the way. That is where I'm going to get where I'm going. And that is how, you know, I can take other people along with me, you know. It's like, come on, this is where we're going. We're living a positive life, you know. So, yeah, my biggest weapon is love. Fight with love. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to start with Aries because obviously it's Aries full moon. So I'm going to start with Aries here. So I'm just going to, I just got fucking dogs. Honey Joy, you make me laugh. I feel we needed to be scolded in a loving way to remind us who we are. Exactly. I'm going to listen to this and then go listen to Eckhart Tolle. Wow. Okay, that's it. I really, I'm very flattered by that. Oh, what's my Auntie Joy saying? Three dwarfs. Auntie Joy, I'll phone you after this because I won't be able to concentrate. Right. Okay. So Aries. Now I have Aries moon as well. I've just remembered that. So Aries, it's going to affect me and my emotions, which there you go. It's played out exactly how it was meant to. So, right, Aries. What is going to be your challenge with this full moon? What is going to be going for you? And what is your overall advice? Okay. So Aries, please, this full moon reading. Right. So Aries. Right. Okay. So what this is saying, beautiful cards, these Aries. So what this is saying here is your challenge with this full moon and the full moon energy. So they will last a couple of weeks. They might have had a week before and a week after. Okay. But what this is saying here is what is your challenge? Okay. What is your challenge? And your challenge is your strength, okay, your sheer determination, which we've just talked about. And it's almost like do as I do, okay? That's it. You have to set an example. You're strong enough to set this example to people. So it's not about telling people that they're wrong or you need to do it this way or whatever. It's about you embodying that, okay? So that is actually a challenge for you. Can you use your strength in a way to kind of teach others rather than tell others? Okay, so this is what is coming in there, because you have a lot of fire, Aries, okay, but it's about you keeping this fire under control, controlling yourself, and in that way it will be able to have a knock-on effect with those around you. So you're strong enough to do this, Aries, but like I say, let that fire burn out of control and prove there could be fireworks. What is going for you in this is that you are unraveling things, okay? You are seeing things or situations or people or whatever that do not serve you, that are actually pressing your buttons, that are getting you to this point where you could lose your temper. So what it's saying is omit them, get rid of them. They're the cords that you need to cut, because there is a big connection with spirit with you, Aries, okay? A big connection with spirit. And if you are being pulled in all directions, you cannot be in full alignment. You need to be grounded, and your head needs to be in the stars as well. That's just reminded me of Harold Maude, one of my favorite movies. She's like, my feet are on the ground, but my head is in the stars. I might watch that this afternoon. Always cheers me up. But this is it, it's where are you using your power, and where are other people using your power? That's interesting what they've just said. So other people might be tapping into your power supply, and you might be getting a bit pissed off with this. You might be getting a bit pissed off with this. So it's about you actually being assertive. Okay, being assertive, being strong, taking no shit, but giving none neither. Okay, and this is when you will keep in full alignment. Aries. Okay, I haven't got my spirit cards at the minute because they're packed and I didn't know where they're going. Hey, you're mad. Yeah. I'm the psychedelic sheep of the family, Auntie Joy, aren't I? So, yeah. So this is saying to you here, trust your intuition. Be crystal clear before you say anything, okay? Listen to that little voice in your head rather than the voices around you, okay? Because that little voice in your head, your intuition, that voice that comes from spirit and from your higher self, this is where you will be able to keep your cool, okay? And this is what is important for you, Aries. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So who do we have after Aries? Taurus. Right, okay, so we've got Taurus here. Taurus. God, it's so warm in here. I wish I could take the video outside, but the internet won't reach there. Oh, right, okay, Taurus. Oh. Right, okay, Taurus. Right, okay, Taurus, this is interesting for you. So, truth, and nothing but the truth, Taurus, okay? This is what's coming in for you. So, I feel where your challenge is here, Taurus, is your independence or your interdependence, okay? This is what they're saying. A lot of Tauruses don't like being on their own, okay? But what it's saying here is you need to look at connections. These may be romantic, or they may be kind of just, friendship or family ties or whatever. But it's saying, where are you in your truth? If you are not in your truth around certain people or certain relationships, then this is going to be challenging. These are going to be blown up for you over this full moon, okay? Don't get scared of this. All this is doing is showing you where you are putting energy where it is not reciprocated, okay? Or where it is not valued. So what this is saying is it doesn't matter if you lose everything around you or everyone around you. If you are standing in your integrity and in your truth, then you are in true abundance. You don't need nobody, okay? You don't need nobody. So to cling to people as a form of making you kind of feel that you're worthy or something like that is not going to work for you, okay? You need to stand there by yourself and say, this is me. Take it or leave it, like it or lump it, okay? And if they don't like it, then they can go, because what will happen is that is only making way and opening doors for the ones that will come, that will appreciate who you are, okay? So this is all about truth. Look at where you are expending energy, where you are not giving it back, okay? And you're being fed crumbs, and you can't survive on crumbs. You're giving 3-course meals out and you're getting crumbs back. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. And this is where you've been out of balance, Taurus, okay? So this full moon is highlighting to you that, there could be people around, connections around that are not healthy for you. And what it's saying is it's time to face the truth. It's time to see things as they are. I don't know why did I say that. See things as they are rather than how you would like them to be, and kidding yourself, okay? So it's, what is that? Never kidda. That's an old Geordie saying that. It probably makes no sense. I say it to like my friends over here that are from, Spain and Italy and all of that, and they kind of look at me. It's like, yeah. So that is where your challenge is, okay? But you're fine by yourself. You're going to be more abundant by yourself. Your life is going to be richer. Now, when I say richer, I mean richer in all things, okay? And again, we've got the same card there when I'm shuffled. This is about your intuition, okay? This is where it is. And it's almost like it's saying here, with true connections, okay, when they are karmic connections, when they are soul connections, okay, it's almost like you swim together. You're not having to swim against the tide, to try and catch up with somebody. There's a stillness. There's a stillness in the silence. You don't have to constantly feed or be given affirmation or giving gifts or whatever to people in order to feel connected to them. Sometimes connection is just being able to sit in the same room with somebody and say nothing. And in that silence, there is security. If you feel you've got to, this, like that, it's because there's an insecurity there. You've got to try and keep the other person engaged in case, what if they, don't think I'm cool enough, or what if I'm not entertaining enough, or what if I'm not smart or intellectual enough? When you are with true soul connections, it's not about that. It's about the connection, and people see and feel the connection, and it doesn't matter what you say or what you do, that connection is there. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Taurus. Right, who are we on to now? Gemini. Right, okay, I'm getting for Gemini there. For some reason, they're singing to me the song Summertime by, I think, is it Nina Simone? And I'm not going to sing because I have a terrible singing voice. But they're singing Gemini, and when the living is easy, fish are jumping, and the river is high or something. Yeah. Hush, hush, little baby, don't you cry. Right, okay, this is before I've even picked Gemini, so I don't know what this is. Yeah, I'm laughing with you, not at you. You're so good, but you're on. It's like everyone can see you and you would think you were in the flat chatting, just you. Citron, cotton is high. Yeah, the cotton is high, Andy Joy. Yeah, but it is, Andy Joy. I'm exactly who I am if I'm sitting in front of you. You've known me all my life. Yeah, so Gemini, that's it. I've just realised I've got a big cigarette burn in my skirt. We're on to Gemini, Candy. So we're still pretty early on. So right, Gemini, this Aries full moon. Right. Right, Gemini. Oh, okay. So what this is saying is your challenge is to stay grounded. Your challenge is to keep your heart open, okay? Your challenge is to be secure within yourself, because I feel there are burdens coming, okay? Or burdens being given to you which are not yours, okay? Don't take them. Don't take them. We are at the point now with this Aries full moon and everything that we've gone through, okay, this year, because this year has been a fucker. It really, really has. You know, it's had us like, it's been like being in a tumble dryer. You know, we've been this way, that way, whatever, up, down, you know, the whole lot. There's been highs and lows and whatever, but that's life, you know, that's the roller coaster of life. As Bill Hicks says, it's just a ride, you know, don't put too much worry into it. But what this is saying is that this Aries full moon for you is a time of really, really letting the old stories fall, the old conditions people have given you, the old conditions that you've given yourself, the protection you've put around yourself that is, you've done it to try and protect you, but all you have done is kept you more isolated from others. You know, it hasn't served you well. So there's going to be, it's like, let it all fall away. You know, don't grasp, don't cling. There could be a little bit chaos and commotion as well. And this is why it's saying stay grounded in who you are. Keep your heart open, because if you shut down, it's going to hit you even harder. Okay, this is time. It's time for you to dump the baggage of the past. Everything that you've been carrying, there's at least 10 years worth of shit here. You know, everything that you've been carrying, it is a new life for you. A new life, okay? So you don't want to take this old baggage with you. If you do, you're asking for disaster. You know, nobody can dump it for you. They can dump it on you. You can turn around and say, no, that's yours. Take it back, you know, but nobody can take it from you. Nobody can take your trash out unless you do. Okay, so this is what it's saying for you. This is where there's going to be the challenge for you. Okay, but what is working for you is that it's saying it's time to let go of it. Be lighter, live light-hearted, have that kind of light in your heart, that childlike feel. You don't have to carry the heaviness that you've carried for years. It's time to put it down. Okay, so that is where your challenge is going to be. That's what this full moon is bringing for you, Gemini. And I'm just pulling another card to see what this one says. Yes, don't compare your life to other people's. Don't look at somebody else and go, yeah, yeah, but they didn't have that to deal with. They didn't have that. They will have had other shit to deal with. You need to only compare your life to how you want it. What is your dream life? And how, if you're not there, how are you going to get there? That's the comparisons you make, not around other people, not around other people, because they're living their life in the best way they can. And if you're constantly striving for somebody else's life, you're never going to put into your own what you can do. So this is it. It's dump that baggage. This is a new life. And yes, you may be different, but isn't that amazing? Every single one of us is unique. Would you want to be like the other sheep? No, you're different. Accept it. Stop making excuses for it, and stop, trying to apologize for it as well, even to yourself. Accept who you are, exactly who you are now, today, okay? And that's it. You're done with the past. Wash your hands of it, because you're starting anew here. So it may be a little bit chaotic, but it'll be as chaotic as you allow it to be. The more you hold on, the more chaos it's going to be. Okay? So that is Gemini. So who do we have after Gemini? Cancer. We've just cut cords with a lot of people and things from the past. Yeah, this is all what this Aries moon's about. Empaths, beware of narcissists. Or empaths, see what narcissists are trying to teach us. I've just had a thing about we're not going on negativity here, So us as empaths, we need to be discerning enough to say, narcissist, no, you're not coming in here. Okay, we can't blame the narcissist if they see an opening. Okay, so it's like I say, what we have to take full responsibility for everything that has happened in our life and how we continue to let things to happen. When we point that finger of blame, there are three pointing back at us. Okay, so this is about, we cannot blame anybody else. We have allowed it. Okay, our boundaries haven't been enough. Okay, so empaths, make sure your boundaries are up well, So make sure you have decent boundaries, and then the narcissists, if they come knocking, they're not going to be let in. But don't beware of the narcissist, because sometimes the narcissist can give us our biggest lessons, okay? And you know what? I had a rant the other day on my Instagram. Because very something similar to this, okay? And it was from, I don't even know what the page was, but it was something like spiritually awakened or awakened self or something. I don't know. I'd be lying if I could tell you exactly what it is. But they'd put a meme on, and it said, Dear men, go into therapy rather than, hold on, I'm going to read this out, because I woke up the other morning and I had a right rant with it. I was going to do a video on it, and then other things happened in my days, so I couldn't. But what I want to say when I say beware here, where that was the word that was used there. Hold on, sorry, I'm just trying to find it. I do have it here. Oh, God, this is typical when I try to find something, because I decided I wasn't going to talk about this, but then it's coming again. There. So somebody put, and this is on a site that is claiming to be spiritually awakened, okay? And this is what pisses me off, because just because they use that word does not mean that they are. So beware, okay, of kind of false prophets. That's what. Because if people are looking at this to learn, and then they're learning bad habits again. So this is what was wrote. Men, go to fucking therapy and stop draining the life out of young beautiful women who would do anything in their power to help you, even if that means potentially hurting themselves mentally and emotionally in the process. Signed, a fed up bitch. And I just woke up and I was in a rant. I don't know if I was premenstrual or whatever, but I was so annoyed by that, because there's so much wrong in that sentence. So I replied by saying, dear woman, go into fucking therapy so you learn to take responsibility for your own choices without blaming men for emotionally and mentally hurting you. And when it is you that is giving your power away, making poor choices and not having clear boundaries. Signed, a bitch fed up with listening to bullshit blaming. Because we have so many people that, it's blame, blame, blame. And we need to take responsibility for ourselves. And this is what being spiritually aware is. It doesn't mean sitting drinking green tea. I go to yoga 3 times a week. That isn't what it means. It's being aware of what you are saying, what you are taking in, what you are feeding into yourself as well. Okay? And not making excuses or blaming other people for things within you. We all have triggers. We've all had fucking stuff happen within our lives, every single one of us. But we have to take responsibility to say, you know what? No more. No more. And this is what this Aries moon is about. But be careful of the people that are out there. It's not how many followers they have. It's, are they following the rules of spiritual life? Are they following that? Is there compassion there? Are they taking responsibility for themselves? Are they hiding behind blame and excuses? And other people are thinking that they're talking truth, because this actually really, really gets my goat. And you can well see that it's the Aries moon, and I am Aries moon, because today I'm not getting mad, but I am venting. Okay. And I hope that people can see that when I'm venting, there's truth in it. This is why I'm doing this. So I hope that makes some sense. This is why I love these lives, because I never know what is going to happen with them. So yeah, just be careful. It's like I say, the menu is not always the meal. And this is what annoyed me. It's not like just somebody put that post, that wouldn't have bothered. It was the fact that it was a page with something like 200,000 followers, that is calling itself Spiritual Awaken. And it's like, I've never seen anything as more a fucking sleep as that, So yeah, and the thing is, people, we've got to realize that everybody that comes into our life, everybody, whether this is relationship, family members, friends, whatever, they are all assignments for us. Their spirit saying, okay, can you walk your talk? Can you do what you've been preaching that you do? So this is it. Everybody is coming, and they're not coming to test us or to challenge us. They're coming to see if we are who we say we are. That's it. So, everybody that comes in, even the person that hurt you the most in the world, say thank you to them, because they have been your biggest teacher. So hope that makes sense. Where am I on to? Cancer. Oh, man. Right. Thank you as well. I really appreciate, that I'm having these vents, this is why I like to do the lives, because, I just like to share with you as well, give a second chance. Yeah, you know what? I believe everybody gets 2 chances with me. 2. The first time, anybody can make a mistake. The second time, they made a choice. If it's going to carry on a third time, that will also be a choice, and I make the choice to allow it. So everybody gets 2 chances, because we all make mistakes. You tell me any single person on here who hasn't fucked up at one part in their life, that hasn't. We all do. We all fuck up, but that's how we learn. So we can, people do change. But like I say, 2 chances give people, first time's a mistake, second time's a choice, continuing after that will be a choice as well. Okay. And it's you choose whether to stay there. You get these people and they're all like, oh, right, I've been in, I've this has been 5 years, 6 years, and, they're still putting me through this and they're still putting me through that. And it's like, yeah, because you're still fucking there. Get out, get out, move. You are not a tree. That's why you have feet, so you can walk away. And I know that that is hard. I'm not dismissing that. But there are people, you know, who have been in massively violent relationships and things like that and have still managed to leave. Okay. So, like I say, if you stay in somewhere where it's not good, you know, that is a choice you're making. And that's cool. You know, that's absolutely cool. There's nothing wrong in that. But don't, you know, don't then blame other people. You know, take that responsibility and say, I am, you know, I am choosing to stay in this for the time being. Okay. So this is what I'm on about. Just take responsibility. So you yourself. You're missing yoga to listen. I think yoga would have been a lot more peaceful like this. What's that song I'm getting in my head? Who is it? Is it The Crazy World of Arthur Brown? Fire. I beg you to burn. It's like, poof, I'm going to actually explode. That would be, how cool would that be live on YouTube if I just actually combusted and burst into flames? Right, okay, so we're on to Cancer now. I've got to try and be, okay, be a line, Tanya. This is why it's probably better when I record the videos for when I do the monthlies. Right, okay, so Cancer, what have we got here? Right, okay, I feel there's quite a lot of anxiety will be coming up for Cancers over this full moon, okay? But this is old anxiety again, okay? Because what this is saying is it's almost like a situation from the past is being, it's coming around again, or different person, same scenario kind of thing. And what it's saying here is what is going to be your challenge is to do something different to what you've done in the past. Exactly like what I've been talking about. You know, if you're with somebody who makes you unhappy or who is challenging you, you know, or if you were and then you meet somebody else and the same happens again, then it's like you need to have a look at, are your ideas of these people realistic? Okay, that is what is coming in here. So there's something from the past. It could be a person, it could be a lesson, it could be whatever. They're coming around again to see if you have learned your lesson. Okay, so you're almost going to be tested with this full moon. Okay, and it's going to hit you right in the feels. That's where it is going to hit you, right in the feels. It's going to hit you right in the emotions. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to get your fire turned on so that you can actually dry out this water, okay? Because there's a lot of water coming, a lot of emotions, you know, and like I say, it's about you turning this to fire rather than actually getting drowned in these emotions, okay? So it's your ideas. I always tell people to, you know, think with their heart and not with their head. Within this, it's almost saying, you know, it's almost like saying your heart is a little bit squishy, you know, and I don't feel it's your heart. I feel it's more like this longing, this you know, this need for wholeness, this need for feeling complete with another person, which if you are looking for another person to complete you, you are always going to be empty, you know, always, because it is not somebody else's responsibility to do that. And also, if we do get somebody to fill that void with us and then they go, then suddenly, hello, our happiness is gone again. So what this is saying is look at how you've done that in the past and look at how it is playing out in your present as well, okay? And change your ideas. So this is why it's coming in. This is why you could be like, oh, why is this happening again? And it's going, exactly, why is it happening again? So that this time you do something different. So that's what's coming in for Cancer, okay? But remember that this situation is a gift. It is a huge blessing for you, okay? Because like I say, when you change your thinking around this, that's when things will change. Okay, so that's what you've got to do, Cancer. Change. Yeah, and you've got to look at here, it's integration, okay? This is two people working together or teammates working together rather than leaning on each other, okay? When you're leaning on each other, it makes you topple, you're not in alignment. So this is about working together, okay, with people and using this calmness and this fire, getting this clear thinking, getting things clear, being able to speak your truth clearly, being able to be heard, and being able to listen as well. Okay, so it's actually purely working together here. This is what it is. Thank you for that, Turquoise. Thank you for that. So I hope that makes sense, Cancer. Right. Okay, I'm really, really hot. Oh, man. Yeah, I woke up this morning and wow, this moon's been like, I've really been wanting to move, and it's almost like I could feel the fire in my bones and in my joints. There's definitely shifting, and I was kind of feeling it. I was going to write it this morning, and I ended up going back to sleep, so I didn't. But it's has anybody seen the movie The Fly? Can you remember the old movie, The Fly, when he's actually turning into the fly and he's contorting and you can see his body shaping and that? It's exactly how I felt this morning. I am going through massive, massive changes externally and internally, but they're all good. It's like, it's really exciting, but I'm kind of breaking down, and it's like, right, okay, who am I going to be? Who am I going to be when all these breakdowns are going? Because we're going it's on a cellular level, it's on a structural whatever level, and this is it, because it is time for us to change, so we're going through this process, and it's allowing ourselves to do it, allowing our body to go in which way it is, allowing our feelings to come up, even if it means sitting crying in a corner, that is what your body is wanting to do. So allowing it, this is it. We try to push things back, but we've got to let them come, otherwise they will end up swamping us. I might laugh my ass off. I'm laughing my ass off. The big gay working against on a mule. You always make my day. Hope you're well, Tanya. Thank you, dear guys. Do we all need to come to Ibiza to change? I think so. I mean, Ibiza is the place of change. It really, really is. I have gone through so many transformations here, but about 6 weeks ago, I kind of got, right, okay, change is coming. So I don't feel I will stay in Ibiza. I don't know where I will go. So like I say, this was about 6 weeks ago. I started to feel this. I just woke up and I felt it, and I thought, all right, okay, my time's running out here. And then a couple of weeks later, I went on this retreat in Italy. And it's the first time since I've been at the island when I was ready to come back. I didn't want to come back. I didn't want to come back to the island. And literally since I've came back to the island, I've been in hermit mode. I've locked myself in, not in a bad way, not in a depressed way, just in a real kind of woof, this is I really need to process things. So Ibiza has worked so much magic. I will be forever indebted to this place, but I don't know how long I will be here. I'll be here till at least March. But after that, I don't know. The world is my oyster. And I have the utmost trust that I will be guided to where I need to be. Okay, so I'm free falling. That's it. I'm kind of throwing everything up in the air and seeing where they land. So yeah, Turquoise, it's like the Fool. Life's about taking leaps of faith. So there's no fear there. And this is something that came through the other day. And it said to me, you are not governed by mind, money, or fear. And I thought, wow, I'm not, and they said that my power comes from my heart. That is where my power is, So I got some really interesting explanations myself. So yeah, Ibiza has changed me. It has. Ibiza has allowed me to strip away the old stories. It's still changing me. And this is what this island does. This is why it's a healing island. Healing doesn't just happen. Healing happens when we start to make changes. When we start to change, that is when we start to heal, so that's the whole point of it. That is the whole point of it. So yeah, so watch this space. I might just do these, like go on tour and see, right, where am I? Okay, can somebody all right, hold on. Can I hide? Right, sorry, I've just had to hide somebody on there. To pass by the Algarve. It's, you know what, there's so many places. I have seen a property somewhere that is pretty much a dream that I had about 5 years ago, and that's kind of coming back to me again, and I'm like, oh, right, okay, but I'm just, like I say, I'm free falling, you know, wherever I'm meant to go, I trust I will be guided, you know. So totally get your feeling of change. I think it was your first shift to get you on your own path to freedom. Exactly, it was, you know, and I get that, you know, and I will be forever indebted. This island has, wow, it's taught me so much. But, you know, as I've said, everything is transient, you know, like the seasons, things will change, you know. What tiny house living? What's tiny house living? I've got loads of stuff. This is what I realized. I've accumulated stuff again, and I don't like stuff. You're going to Bali next. So Bali is on my list, but I feel it's too far away from my daughter to actually live there. You know, I still need to be there. But yeah, Bali is on my list. I have Bali. Costa Rica keeps coming up for me. Amsterdam keeps coming up. Northern Spain, southern Spain. I don't know. I don't know where I will go, but that'll be the fun. We should actually do like a little like kind of prediction thing, couldn't we? The next 6 months, you know, with Tanya, and then I come on every week and see, you know, who won that week. That would be cool. So right, who am I on to? Cancer, Leo. Yeah, but I have little Hendrix here at the minute, so I can't go anywhere until he comes. You build your house, it's you. It could also travel. Google tiny house living. It's amazing. Well, this one that I've seen is huge, and we could do retreats and that there. So, and it's within budget, and I'm like, that's what I want to do, you know. So, are you from the Netherlands? Yeah, I have friends in Amsterdam. To uni, work, career, buy a house. We think we know best when we don't. We never allow life to just happen. Exactly. And this is what I fought against for years, and now I'm not, you know. I haven't got a pension, I haven't got whatever, you know, but that's the whole fun. It's an adventure. You don't plan an adventure, you know, and this is what I'm seeing life as. So watch this space. Nothing can happen until March. I might stay, I don't know. But at this moment, I feel change is coming. I've been feeling it for, like I say, about 6 weeks. Okay. So, right, Leo. What do we have for Leo this full moon? Have you seen the moon as well? It's amazing, isn't it? And like I say, you know, this is the hunter's moon, you know, and it's the joy is in the chase, isn't it? You know, I mean, what is it? Cats, they, you know, as soon as they catch the mouse, they don't eat it because the joy has gone out of that, you know. So it's like, what are you gonna hunt down? So right, Leo here. Your challenge is to not self-sabotage and to let go. Okay, there's something that you're clinging on to. I don't know if it's a need to be right or a need to win or a need to whatever, but there's this kind of torment, and what this is doing is it's actually giving your power away. You know, it's giving your power. You're leaking power to a situation that you're trying to take control over, you know, and the more you're trying to control it, the more you're actually losing control of yourself. Okay, so please see that, Leo, that it's not actually helping you. Okay, what you need to do is see, at the moment, there's too many options, okay? You need to narrow it down. It's either that way or that way. This is it. Narrow it down to 2. But at the moment, it's almost like, well, I want that, but I want that. It's you're wanting both of them, and you can't have both, okay? So this is where you could be tested and challenged. And it's almost like they're saying there that with spirit, you're trying to control outcomes that they're putting in front of you, whereas they're saying it's kind of not your job, that's theirs, so it's really relinquish this control, Leo, okay, because otherwise it's going to be harder for you. When we want to win or whatever, or when we go into self-sabotage, it's usually because we are listening to our ego. Now, what we need to do within this is we need to keep our heart open, which I mentioned, and to have an open heart. Okay, that is a challenge for us. But if our heart isn't open, then it's going to be hard. Okay, so that is where you're going to be tested. And it's almost like I feel by trying to cling on to something that you feel it is what you want or what you need, what you are doing is actually cutting yourself off from something far better than what you could have ever imagined. So it's almost like you're settling, you're fighting, you're trying to control this to settle, whereas, never settle. That was one of the last texts my mom ever sent me, and it's never settle, because when you settle, that's what you're saying, this is what I'm worth. So don't try and cling. Let things come, let them go, and allow spirit to guide you, because they have a much bigger plan for you, Leo, a much bigger plan. But you could be cutting your nose off to spite your face in this situation. Okay, so let go of the need for control. That's your message, because it's going to burn you. You're going to get your fingers burnt if you carry on with this. Yeah, there's transformation coming for you. Transformation coming for you, where you will be stronger than you've ever been. Leos like to prove that they're strong, and look at me, I'm strong, I'm tough, I'm whatever, but what this is saying is, by trying to control yourself or control other people, you are stopping transformation on a huge level, where you will become more powerful than you ever dreamed possible, but this is when you allow spirit to allow you to bloom, rather than you trying to fit yourself into this way or fit others into your way, because it's starting to get a little bit exhausting for you, Leo. Okay, so cut yourself some slack, cut other people some slack as well, and you'll find that life will move a lot freer and a lot easier for you. Okay, I'm doing Virgo now. I love, all right, I'm not even going to say, because I feel like I've been a bitch today on here. Virgo rising, yeah, these are for sun, moon, or rising signs, whichever you resonate with as well. Ooh. Yeah, you're Virgo. Me too. Right, okay, so Virgo, what does this full moon in Aries, what does this have for you? Virgo sun, Aries moon, and Libra rising. And Venus in Scorpio, which Venus is in Scorpio at the moment as well, isn't it? And it's all to do with relationships and connections and stuff like that. And it's intense. Yeah, it's go deep or go home, Tanya. That's what I'm kind of like, I can't do any other. Right, okay. So Virgo. Right. What this is saying is, your challenge at this moment in time is to see that current circumstances are actually guiding you to kind of a wish, a dream fulfillment, as something that you've hoped for. So things may be a little bit dark at the moment, they're saying, okay? But what they're saying is, in this dark, there will be illumination, okay? And this is what the full moons are all about. It's all about illuminating an area that either needs attention or that you haven't been seeing. Because what I'm getting here is there is so much hope coming in here, Virgo. That is what's coming in for you. So it's saying be careful not to block it. If you try and block things out too much, you could be blocking out some really important signs or signals. So it's don't block out, be open, okay? Know that you are being guided here. You know, it's almost like follow that intuition. And what this is saying is it's the last piece is kind of ready to fall into place. You know, the last bit is you don't have to plan anything. You just have to organically go along with it. You need to kind of be open and receptive to whatever. It's almost like each step you take, be open to what is coming for you, okay? Don't try and project. Don't try and predict. Don't try to look too much in the past for answers. Just be and follow this guidance, okay? Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the light. Even if that light at the end of the tunnel is a tiny, tiny pinprick of a step, of a pinprick of a step, a spot. Why they say step? I don't know why they said step there. Even if it's a tiny, tiny pinprick, know that every day you're getting closer to that, okay? So just keep following it. Keep that eye. It's like, woof, almost like on target. You know, when we have a target, if we're shooting, we kind of get it lined up like that. And that's what you need to follow. Follow that star, Virgo. Keep yourself balanced. Keep yourself in balance, okay? Like I say, open your eyes, open your ears, and be open. Don't be in resistance mode. Don't be in attack mode. Just be open and be present with grace, because something is going to be gracing you, right? Okay. So they've just said to me, be present with grace, because something is going to be gracing you with their presence. Okay. So I like what they did there. So yeah, this is all about moderation. You know, you might sway a little, but you're not falling. You know, you're not falling. There is hope on the horizon, Virgo, okay? So I like that. I really like that. There's a lot of emotions coming up for you, you know, a lot of emotions here. But what it's saying here is really speak from your heart, okay? If you speak from your heart, then, you know, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong, because this is what you need to do. Speak from your heart at all times. Okay. So 2 seconds. I'm just going to pull the last card here. There you go. Trust. You know, trust. So this is it. Exactly. As I said before, I'm free falling. This is a Virgo reading. I'm Virgo, you know, and this is saying trust. You know, it's like, yeah, but what if I fall? But it's what if you fly? Okay, there is healing, there is love there. You are kind of, it's on the wings of love. Who sang that? They given me. Oh man, they're laughing there. Was it Jeffrey Osborne? That God, that's an old song from the 80s. That's On the Wings of Love or something. They're saying to me there as well, that's when I had my hair, because anybody that's on my Instagram will see this. As I was moving, I found, I don't know, can you see that there? Look. Whenever I move, I see old pictures and they remind me of my bad hair decisions. So I'm sure that song, On the Wings of Love, was actually out round about that time. And I found Duran Duran autographs as well. Which is really funny. So yeah, so this is it. Please trust, you know, and sorry, they just showed me something there. It's almost like, right, okay, they're giving me there, sorry, that there's an old thought belief or an old something that it's almost like you've feel like you've got to do things alone. There's you've given up on the idea of us. That's what they're saying. You've given up on us. But they're saying that's old. That's old. That's an old thought belief. Change it, you know, because with this trust and keeping your eye on this kind of prize, this eye on this horizon, you know, you're going to see that there is a bigger plan for everything. Everything is unfolding. They're almost like that. I don't know. That's like, right. You know what? Tales of the unexpected. That's what they're saying there. So expect the unexpected, Virgo. Okay, that's what they're saying to you. They're really playing with me today as well. I think they know that I'm on and they're kind of testing me. They're kind of testing me with this. Right, okay. So thanks for sharing. That's so true about giving up on us. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Right, so who have we got now? Libra. I'm just watching Hendrix sleep. He's so funny. He's gone totally deaf now, you know. He's had a little stroke, so he's got no hearing. And I keep walking in the room and he doesn't know I'm there. And then he's like, he sees me and gets a shock. Yeah, you feeling the change coming as well, Spirit? Yeah, me too. Completely. Yeah, I'm Libra rising as well, Debbie. Yeah, it's Libra's birthdays, isn't it? Right, okay, so Libra. Feel emotional. Yeah, there's all sorts of, like, do you know what I mean, feelings flying around at the minute. I'm trying not to, I'm trying not to feel. And what did they say? With Virgo, you've got to not block the feelings, right? Okay, so there you go. There's a little message for me here. So right. Oh, right, Libra. I feel as soon as I started your cards there, right, I got such a pain in my back round about there. And I feel that, it's, I feel you're being given a push. Okay, you're really being given a push here. And I feel this is from Spirit, and they're almost like pushing you out of a situation, quite forceful in a way, pushing you out. And it's almost saying that you're resistant to do this. You're resistant to step away, but they're kind of pushing you out of the door in some way, because they're saying you're almost there. Don't give up. You know, there is something, but there's a real need for you to kind of go ahead here. There's a fulfillment. There's almost like a feeling of being trapped in a situation. This could be a job or whatever, but there's a feeling of it's a walking away. But Spirit are kind of saying to you, like, do it now. It's like the time is now here, because I'm getting Libra, I'm getting bells ringing in my head, right? Okay, like really loudly. So that this is a warning, okay? This is a warning for you to follow the yellow brick road. Right. So they're giving me a warning. And I said, right, please, can you tell me what the warning is for Libra? And they started laughing and said, follow the yellow brick road. Now, I don't know if that makes sense to any Libras, but it's almost like there's this road because I don't know, but there's something where there's a road, like yellow brick road, you know, that takes you to the land of Oz, isn't it? Which it could be some connection with Australia or something like that. But what they're saying is it's almost like the road that you're seeing, you're not seeing the beauty that's there, that's beckoning you in some way. Okay? And they're giving me a connection to the Wizard of Oz here, and I don't know why they're saying that. But it's almost like you will embody all of them. You will have the courage of the lion, the brains of the scarecrow, the heart of the tin man, the home of Dorothy, kind of thing. But you're not going to find it currently. So this is why they're pushing and pushing, and it's almost like I feel you like that, you know. But this is what they're saying to you. There's a search for fulfillment. A search for fulfillment. Don't talk yourself out of it, or don't be allow others to talk yourself out of it. Dorothy, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Oh, thank you. Is that for me, Dorothy? Dorothy, Debbie. Why was I saying Dorothy? Oh, God. Yeah, this is like, you've been struggling, Libra. This is what they're saying. You've been struggling, okay? And it's almost like you're getting pretty exhausted. You're getting pretty tired. But they're saying that's because when I said at the minute that there was the energy around this is looking at where you're putting energy in that's not giving it back to you, you know, but there's clarity coming. There's clarity coming. Yeah, and that's it. Don't get too much in your head, you know, because you're air, if you remember, you know, your air sign. So that is your head. You need to get into your fields. Oh, thank you. Right, okay, I'm going to pull another card just for last bit of advice for this, for Libra. Yeah, look at that, man, Libra. You're fighting, man. You're fighting. And what are you fighting? You've got to be in protection. Look, and this isn't something that's just happening. There's rust on them brackets there, or brackets, or whatever you call them. You know, and if we have a look there, can we see there's two people that's fighting? Look at his eyes, you know, his eyes, there's anger in them. His fists are clenched, you know, and this is not a nice place to be, Libra. Stop fighting for something that isn't fighting for you. There you go. There's one last piece of the puzzle to be put in. That's it, you know. And like I say, follow the yellow brick road. You're almost there. Okay, so the anxiety will fall away. You know, get out of fight mode and into flight mode. Flight, fly, trust, fly like a bird. You know, that is when it's free, you know, and you are free. You know, you just have to stop fighting your freedom. Right? Okay, stop fighting your freedom. Most people fight for freedom. You're fighting your freedom. So, right, Libra. Who have we got after Libra? Scorpio. Is that right? Yeah. Love is this October the 11th. No, it's the 13th today, isn't it? It was the 11th on Friday. It was our Wes's birthday. I sent him a message. I don't know if he got it. Yeah. Right, okay, so Scorpio. Yeah, Libra. I didn't know you were still here, Annie Joy. Right, okay, Scorpio. Oh, yes. Right, Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. This is going to be a bit of a testing time over this full moon. Okay, it's really gonna, there's a feeling of isolation, there's a feeling of being out in the cold, there's a feeling of deprivation as well coming in. Okay, so it's not going to be the easiest time for you, Scorpio. Okay, it's almost like I feel here. I feel you've got yourself in a little bit of a rut. It's something you wanted, it's something you've pushed for, and then suddenly you've got it, and it's kind of like, this kind of doesn't taste as good as I thought it would. So a little bit of like disillusionment in here. And you may have actually excelled yourself in finances. You may have overstretched your finances a little bit in order to live this dream that has then turned into be a bit of a bad dream rather than a dream. So there's this feeling of, I feel, could be a little bit self-pity. So it could be a little bit feeling very alone, and could be a little bit as if like, oh, God, yeah, what's the point? This is what I'm getting. So I don't feel your energy is at its best levels. Remember, your fire, your water, but Scorpio usually has the sting in their tail. But it's almost like, yeah, I feel your emotions could get the better of you. Okay. Now, what I want to say with this is, just because this didn't turn out right doesn't mean that you didn't have the experience, okay? And what they're saying here is, it's almost like you had to try in order to free yourself, okay? So this is the start of a new cycle for you, okay? It's you're going round again. Now, it's funny because it's not Scorpio's birthday yet, but it's almost like this is getting you ready for your next trip around the sun. Spirit are watching you, and they're watching you turning away from them. We have a look and we see the guidance, and then she's not wanting to see it. So it's saying they're watching you, not watching them, if that makes sense. But all of this is going to change. There is divine timing in this, okay? You are having to face your own sorrow and your own weeping willow. I don't know why they're saying weeping willow, but you have to kind of allow your sorrow. It's almost like, I feel, the second you allow the tears to come, then it's almost like these tears will open a door of opportunity for you that is going to be very, very intense and massively, massively healing for you. So it's saying here, this tower is coming for you, okay? Allow it. Don't be lazy. Let go, and let go of being in your mind. Let go of any projections. See everything that has happened to you or is currently happening as a lesson, okay? I don't want to sound cliche with that. You're seeing things as separate, okay? And what they're saying here is, we are all one. There is no separateness. That is the wisdom that you need to learn this full moon. This is what's coming with you, so this is it. It's you're learning to integrate rather than segregate with others. If you are segregated from others, it's because they are not the others. They are not your others. If they're taking your power, they are not your others, okay? It's around where you feel good. So you need this time of aloneness, or rather loneliness, to actually really, really start asking yourself questions about, who am I really? Who am I really? This is what it's saying. So when you're trying to be somebody you're not, then, you're going to come from this place of lack, this place of pissed off, and you're going to feel segregated, and not integrated, because, it's you're not in your truth. So there's nothing wrong with that. What this is saying is, there's areas that these need to be kind of highlighted for you, and that's what this full moon is coming, because it wants you to get your fire back. It wants you to locate your missing mojo, and it wants you to find out who you truly are, okay? And at the minute, this focus on loss or whatever, you don't realize, that there is no separateness. There is none, and this is what it's trying to say. You are connected to the whole. This is it. It needs that passion coming back. You've been out in the cold for so long. It's almost there. It's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Now, this is before the winter starts. And that song is Here Comes the Sun. Okay. So I don't know why they're showing me it. They're showing me the word Ra, as in R-A, which I feel was Ra, the sun god. but it's almost like find your Ra. They're saying find your Ra rather than your Raw. Yeah, find your Ra. So I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's what's coming in, Scorpio, okay? So use this time. It's almost like you've been in a little bit of a false sense of security, and now they're forcing change for you, and this is why you're feeling a bit like, whoa, what's this? But you come, after this change comes to victory, okay? So I hope that makes sense. I didn't like them cards when I first seen them, but the more I'm seeing into it, I really, really like it, Scorpio. So, Ra is part of a chant on the chakra system, is it? I know, but it's Ra. That's what they're saying, Ra. Yeah, they are. I haven't done them for a while, and it's good. I'm not getting drained with them, but my work has changed as well as me changing. My work has changed. No, it was Ra. R-A it was. Yeah, my work has changed as well. It's almost like it organically unfolds now. Yeah, it's I like it. Right, so it was that Scorpio. So who do we have after Scorpio? Who do we have after Scorpios? It's Sagittarius. Right. So it's Sagittarius. Thank you as well for your time today. Everybody seems to be staying on. I've already done Libra. I've done Scorpio. It's Sagittarius, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Right, Sag, you're going to get hit as well with this full moon. You're going to get challenged, okay? This is it. It is a challenge. It's the Egyptian sun god Ra, was it? I knew it was a sun god. I didn't realize it was Egyptian. Right, okay, that's just made me think one of my friends is actually Egyptian, and I feel they're Scorpio. Right, okay, I'll have to get in touch with them to do this. So, right, so Sagittarius. Sorry, Sagittarius. Why the long face, Sagittarius? This is what I'm getting. I'm sorry, I can barely even lift my head up here. I'm feeling with Sagittarius, I'm feeling like it's almost like I feel there's a big, big need for support with you, Sagittarius. You're fighting and you're fighting and you're fighting and you're fighting for something that isn't really even worth fighting for, but it's almost like you feel that you're on your own here. And I don't feel that you are in any way, okay? You're not. But it's almost like I feel you're on eggshells, or you're on tiptoeing on eggshells over something, or you're trying to elevate yourself. Yeah, it's like you're walking on stilts. It's like you're trying to elevate yourself. You really want this. You really want to be proud of yourself. You really want to do something that you're proud of, and you're trying to elevate yourself, and what it's doing is it's making you wobbly, and you're not seeing that you're your own worst critic with this. It's like you are putting the pressure on yourself. Nobody else is putting pressure on you, okay? And you're trying to block your emotions and block your feelings and block your clairvoyance for some reason, they're saying there, so there could be some Sagittariuses that are, opening up psychically, and they're trying to block it down because it feels different and it doesn't feel right. And, and it's like, oh, is this scary or whatever? And I can say, no, it's not scary. It's scary when you don't accept it. That is when it becomes scary, that is really when it does. And it's scary when you feel that you've got to do everything by yourself, and you don't have to. You're tired now. Let somebody pick you up. Sagittarius. This is your challenge. Allow yourself to be helped and say that you need help, okay? Because you could be going, well, there's nobody there to support me. But every time they see you, you've got this big smile on your face and you're like, yeah, I'm fine, So they don't realize that sometimes you can be up, sometimes you can be down. It's a bit like a yo-yo. I don't know why I'm doing that when they say a yo-yo, but a bit like that. You need to share your responsibilities. Allow people to unravel this little knot that is causing the problems, because it's not a big knot. It's not. Sorry, I'm not laughing at your situation. I'm laughing at them. They're trying to make it lighthearted. And they're saying, see the humor in this. This isn't big, but it's you're letting your fear kind of rob you of your happiness. You're letting your fear rob you of your power. You're letting your fear and the stuff of the past rob you of being who you are and being so successful financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Allow spirit in. Let other people in, okay? Spirit or not can open that door, Sagittarius. This is your challenge. Are you powerful enough to accept it? And I really feel you are. But at the minute, closing down is not helping you. It's burdening you, and you need help. So offload their burdens to other people that are there and willing to help and listen. Okay? Oh, I'm getting real. I don't know if some of you have been getting heartburn or your heart is hurting. This is what I'm feeling. There's a big, I want to really, there's a sigh that needs to come out, like massive. I don't know if any of you actually do breathing exercise or breath work, but I feel it would be massively, massively beneficial for you. Okay? I feel this would be massively beneficial for you, Sagittarius. There is nothing wrong with your heart. What is wrong is it is heavy and you have stuff in it that you need to release. So it's almost like doing that big, like, allowing yourself to do that and continue and continue and continue until it actually shifts. I hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. I think I did say Scorpio there. If anybody hears me and then says that they can't believe my readings because I said the wrong thing, then whatever. Yes, Sagittarius, what is happening here is very similar to, I think, what was happening with Gemini. Oh, you're so much in your head here, Sagittarius. Please, you're so much in your head. And it's almost like you are, again, comparing yourself to other people. I'm not the same as them. And that is amazing that you're not. Sagittarius are wonderful people. They're creative. They're inspiring. They're weirdos, wonderful weirdos. And I love it. I love being around Sagittarius people. They have so much color and insight, and they see the world differently. And that is the beauty, because they can allow other people to see the world through their eyes. And that is the beauty thing. That is why there's a lot of them are artists or creatives. They don't fit into that box. They don't fit into that office job or whatever. But what you need to realize here, Sagittarius, is you're not meant to be the same as everybody else. You're not. You're special. You're unique. You are meant to change the world in your own way. You are a rebel. A rebel without a cause, but you have a cause. So really, please stop comparing yourself to other people and start to see the absolute beauty that rocks you right to your core, Sagittarius. Okay, that's what it is. It's, it rocks you right to your core. That is who you truly are. It's not about something as simple as looks or body size or what clothes you wear or what color hair you have. If you put that on that is so superficial, because you have depth and gifts beyond measure here, Sagittarius. Okay, so your challenge with this full moon is to see that, to strip yourself down and see the beautiful, amazing human being and unique human being that you are, okay? And see how the world is a better place because you're in it, okay? The world needs you, Sagittarius. It really does. And just have patience and you will see why, okay? It's almost like there's stuff for you to come. And you have a lot of wisdom, okay? So please, you go nowhere, Sagittarius. The world needs you here. We all need you, okay? So I hope that makes sense for Sagittarius. Right. Whew, deep one there. Deep one. Deep wound that needs to be cleaned out. That's what it is. It almost needs to be cleaned out there. Some of you may have a problem with your knee as well. It's a little keyhole surgery with your knee. They're just showing me there. It's clean it out. Right, okay, take that away from me. Right, so that is Sagittarius, and now we have Capricorn. Capricorn. Thank you, love and peace. Bye-bye. Yeah, I think these messages today have something for everybody, don't they? I think there's something we can all... I can't remember all of them. I really can't. I've got to watch it back, and then I cringe, and I'm like, oh, Tanya. Hey, guapo. My little boy. My little man. He's 15 on Halloween, Hendrix. It's his birthday. He's a little rich wizard dog. You just hurt your knee this week. Yeah, well, go and get it looked to. I think it needs a little bit cleaning out or something. Beautifully deep messages. It's been great today. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's been great having you all here. Scorpios, bang on. Thank you. I agree, these energies are no joke. Thank you for you, Tanya. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel, I mean, I didn't do one the last time because I was actually in Italy when it was, I was away, and, I was on a retreat, and it was all about me on that. But with this one, I was like, I've got a lot of stuff on, but I was like, no, I really need to do one because I know how testing this Aries moon has been, okay? So I hope that, by the time these are finished, there's some good navigation to get through these energies. And please remember that all things must pass, okay? So this will pass. It will. So right, who am I on? Capricorn. Is it Capricorn? Yeah, after Sagittarius. I'm really feeling the need to breathe, Capricorn, they're telling me. Really, really breathe. I answered your personal question in the Scorpio reading. Oh, cool, because I'm sure I said, didn't I, that I couldn't answer personal ones, but then it was in there. So thank you for that. It always comes out in the end, it always does. Oh, Capricorn, right? Sorry, I'm going to have to... Right, there's a song coming through straight away there. And it was the words of the song straight away. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the years. I think that was by Simply Red, wasn't it? Again, another 80s song. Sorry, I'm taking my time with this Capricorn one. They're really getting me to the point of Capricorn is holding back. There's something Capricorns are doing that they're trying their hardest to fight this. They're trying everything they can. They're really, really in control of their emotions, in control of their heart. They're using this fire to try and make them really, really determined and light and all of that. But this isn't, there's stuff there. I can barely even get the words out when I'm saying this. They've got to be tough. They've got to be strong. They've got to be... Yeah, they're really, really trying to draw on all of their strength here, but they're not allowing something out that needs to be let out, okay? They've put their emotions in a box and put them in their head and said not to be opened, okay? But what that's done is that has left their heart center almost cold and empty. And this is what they're not wanting to see. So they're shining a light, they're being bright, they're kind of putting all the lights on, all of this, but there's this coldness, not coldness, no, not coldness. There's this cold place inside that they are trying to use this fire, the Aries fire, to actually warm and keep themselves. That's it, you know, look at me, I'm on fire, I'm doof, but it's like, no, that fire needs to be in there. There's a space that is empty that needs to be warmed. Okay, it needs to be decorated. It needs to be decorated with cushions, with throws, with a fire, with nice smells, with incense, with whatever you feel as cozy. And this is somewhere inside of you, Capricorn. This is somewhere inside, and I feel it is your heart. So Capricorn, if you can picture your heart now, how does your heart feel? How does it look? If you were to describe it, if your heart was a room, is it a place where you want to stay? Is it a place that's inviting? Is it a place that's comfortable? Is it a place that you want to spend time in? Because I don't feel it is. I feel it needs a redecoration, okay? And Capricorns usually have lovely houses as well because they like that security. So it's now time to look inside your heart and say, how can you decorate that? Because this is where your love comes from and this is where your love goes in. And for some reason, there's something that you're trying to not feel, and this is causing this emptiness. If this is a loss of somebody, either through a heartbreak or through passing or whatever, speak to that person, ask that person to come in and help decorate that place with you, you know, because they're still there. Even if they're not there around you, they're still there. Speak to their higher selves and say, we'll decorate this together. How do you think it would look? Show them color swatches, you know, have fun doing it, because there's something that you can't do alone with this, Capricorn, and you really need the help. And I feel the person you need to help you with this is the person who is not around, where this coldness is connected with. And I really feel sorry. Sorry, my voice is going. It's something you don't want to speak this out loud, okay? But you have to. You don't have to speak it loud. You can whisper it, okay? You can say it in your head and you will be heard. But you need to stop holding back. And you need to stop holding back the tears. And you need to stop holding back the years, Capricorn. Sorry, I hope that makes sense to some Capricorns. I was really, like I say, sometimes when they come through me, I just have to surrender me to let them in, and that's what was being said there. Yeah, things have changed. Things have changed. Something has changed. I hope that made sense to some Capricorns if they're in there, because it seemed a bit weird to me, but that's what they were saying. Yeah, there's things changed and you're still spinning. They've just showed me, what is it you call them things? The energy, you know, like when you get the ball and you put your hand on it and all of the like electricity veins run up to your hand. That's the worst way to describe something. But does anybody know what I mean by that? Does anybody know what I mean by that? One of them things, because that's what they've just showed me. Yeah, there's an awareness of something coming for you, okay? There's flowers to do with this as well. Yeah, like static, you know, like when you get them, these used to have them at school in the science lab and stuff. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting here. But there's something you need to get out. Yeah, and you need to just be ordinary. Go in nature. If you can't go anywhere else, go in nature with this Capricorn, okay? Go in nature, you will be heard. And really just sit and take this time. Pick flowers or just look amongst the flowers, I feel. There's something you've got to say, and there's something you've got to actually say out loud. You might not have to say it to anybody, but you need to release it from yourself, okay? And I feel you need to go in nature with this. Stop trying to hold it back and stop trying to control your emotions. We know you're strong, but this needs to be released, okay, for your future. It really does. Send you a lot of love with that, Capricorn, okay? I do send healing with all of my readings as well, but yeah, you need it, I feel, Capricorn. Right, okay. Sorry, I'll just have a drink and then who have we got? Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I've just got a little bit emotional there, you know, in the fact of how blessed I feel to be able to feel spirit in that way. You know, at times I complain and I go, "Oh God, why do I feel like this?" But you know what? When there's beauty comes through and this sheer compassion and love that, you know, that I feel like that, it's, you know, I'm very, very humbled to be able to do that and for people to be able to listen to the words that come through me as well, you know. So it's, yeah, we don't forget gratitude within this, okay? We don't forget gratitude. I'm getting, they give me another song. Why they give me songs I don't even know what this is? Come shine a light on me. Who's this? Jack Savaretti. Jack Savaretti, come shine a light on me or something. I don't know. Look that up. Playing that to me. Okay, so this is for Aquarius. Grateful to be here now. Yeah, all we have is now. Love's journey. That's it. You know, and we're all here together, sharing this moment, sharing this experience. You know, how blessed. Right. Okay. So Aquarius. Aquarius, what you need to be careful of, what is your challenge over this Aries moon, is this Aries full moon, is your power. Okay, now never ever be afraid of your power, but what I feel here is it's exerting your power. Okay, that's it. Never apologize for being powerful, but it's almost like how you put that power. Okay, yeah, this is how you actually kind of target that as well. Okay, because you know it's air here, and it's saying it's often, you know, air signs can often cut straight to the bone, you know, like that. They cut straight, and that is cool in some ways, but with this it's like this is you know, saying here, you know, be careful about how you put your power here. There might be something connected to money or finances as well, you know, and it's almost like, you know, yes, have this determination like we're talking about with this Aries moon, but make sure that assertiveness isn't aggression. Make sure that it's, when it's given, it's served as that way, because, you know, it could be, like I say, it's just saying that, you know, that power might be a bit of a problem, and you might be that determined to go that you actually, you know, you kind of leave, like, it's almost like a warrior I'm getting here, and like seeing, you know, trampled people in their wake, you know, when they're going to that. But it's almost like I say, this is done without thinking, you know. Make sure that this power is given in a loving way, and make sure it's coming from the heart here, okay? If it's coming from the head, then it could leave you a little bit in limbo, if that makes sense, because there's a defensiveness here. And again, I talked about finances, and there's something about where it could actually be, it's not guaranteed yet, it's in the balance, it's hanging in the balance there, and it depends on how you use this determination as to where it's going to drop. It's almost like, you know, when you see the machines at the Hoppins, at the fun fair, where the pennies are there, and it's like, are they going to drop? Are they going to drop? And if you bang the machine, they all drop. But then the person comes over and goes, no, you banged the machine, you're getting nothing. So it's almost like, see how your determination could actually, in some way, be detrimental to your actual goal, if that makes sense. You know, so like I say, this is, you know, when you come from a place of love, then, you know, you this even comes by financially, you know, you will get that security. If you come from a right, okay, that's what I'm getting, you come from the head, you could lose it, okay? Not your head, but, you know, this is a lot to do with finance, okay? So it's, be careful where you're putting your fire around finances, Aquarius, okay? Because like I say, you could burn rather than warm. And I'm gonna pull one of these ones. Oh, thank you, Connie. Okay, see what this, the final one for Aquarius. Yeah, postponement. It's almost, don't rush in, take a step back, look at it. It's almost like I'm getting with this. It's the more you're painting a picture, if we see like this, you're leaving your externals, you're leaving your surroundings grey. Okay, it's almost, don't be in too much of a rush here. Okay, like I say, it needs to be heartfelt, moment to moment, one step at a time, rather than rushing to the end goal. Okay, because that is, there you go, look, you know, that is not a good way to be. You know, and this is what it's saying, you know, it's like I say, that is not the way to success, okay? The way to success is through the heart, not through the head, okay? So, right, so that's Aquarius. Who do we have now? Pisces. Is this the last one? Pisces, 2 hours, right. Okay, so Pisces. Oh, I wish I could show you Hendrix. He's got his tongue hanging right out, and he's snoring, and his cheeks are wobbling. Oh, my little man. Right, okay, so Pisces, this Aries moon. And if anybody does want to book a personal reading with me, the link is below. If anybody wants to make a donation for these readings, the link is below as well, you know. So I know people sometimes ask, and it's, you know, it's all received with gratitude as well, you know, generously received Right, okay, Pisces. Pisces. Right, Pisces party. I'm getting the song. I'm getting there. They're giving me the really up on the songs there today. The song they're giving me there is You've Got the Love. Who was that? Was that Candy Staton? You've Got the Love. I Need to See Me Through. There's celebrations. There's a lot of coming through Pisces love-wise. It's like it's caring, it's nourishment, it's you giving it, it's you receiving it, it's friendships, you know, are being very important, good times with your friends, places where you feel secure. Okay, a lot of this is going to be highlighted for you, and like I say, I would say, Pisces, try not to overdo the alcohol or anything like that. It's not about that. It's more about it's more about connecting to people. Okay, it's connection rather than self-medication, and it's almost like kind of knowing that you have safe spaces to go where you can, where you are safe, okay? Where you are safe, you are loved, you are held, you are nurtured. You know, nobody is going to try and fix you or whatever. You can just be, okay? This is exactly what you need. And it's almost like I feel, you know, you may be going off the radar for a bit, like in a good way, you know, not being seen down at the local pub, not being, you know, not doing stuff like that, because you really need time to kind of plan. This Aries moon is going to give you a real sense of where you want to go in the future. Okay, that's what it's giving you. So this Aries moon's really going to make you look at the past, look at the future, see who's there, see who's always been there, see who's not there as well, you know. So this is beautiful, Pisces. This is beautiful, really quite mellow in a way, but not melodramatic, you know. It's like I say, sometimes you know, Pisces can get themselves in all sorts of dramas because they're just that, like, oh yeah, you know, that's cool. But yeah, this isn't melodramatic. This is mellow. This is nice. This is loving. This is like, you know, I'm really getting a nice kind of vibe with this. And then there you go. Look at the card I pulled for you. This is sharing. You know, this is it. This is abundance for you, but not abundance as in riches or gemstones or gold. You know, this is when you share with others and others share with you as well. You know, this is it. It's like you know, this is where, you know, the fruits of your labor, this is the experience that you have to have. Being, like I say, in nature, being ordinary, you know, knowing that the fires that have burned in the past, you know, have not devastated anything. They've just cleared a path. And now it's about you to actually heal and allow, you know, this void to be filled. See where you want to put your first brick, where you want to take your first step. Stop hiding from having to actually make a plan. Okay, you don't have to get that plan done straight away, but it's almost like there is an understanding coming for you, this Aries moon, which is giving you this courage, which I talked about in the beginning, where you're not going to feel like the outsider. You're going to feel like you belong. Okay, you're going to allow your sorrow to come through, and you're going to feel rebirthed, and you're going to trust, and you're going to see You know, that the world is not a hard, cold place, that the world is full of compassion, you know, and there is a new life coming for you as well. You've been suppressed. This is what you've been, Pisces, but now they're saying it's time for that bud to bloom. And what's the quote, Annie Nin? And the time came when it was more painful to stay in the bud than it was to blossom, you know, and this is what's happening for you. It's a rebirth, trust, transformation, and this is with others helping you. Okay, you're traveling. This might be a metaphorical journey, or it might be a journey for you, but this is time to be like a child again, Pisces, to play, to create your future, you know, to dream a dream like dreamers do, they're saying, you know, and doing this with other people as well. Okay, so absolutely beautiful. You're on the road to abundance, Pisces, you know, but like I say, just allow this to come to you. Okay, so right, that's it. Finally, finito. Thank you all for that. Did they make sense? Yeah. You're still there. We got, oh, I'm so stiff now. I need a massage. Jenny Hart the morning. Perfectly, yeah, they all make sense. And thank you, because I mean it's a long time, 2 hours, you know, to do these, but I do feel that the lives are, you know, it's cool. The energy feels like, right, okay, we have this connection, and I feel there are things that come out that need to be heard as well. And I'm just as shocked as you when they do. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was beautiful. So thank you to Spirit as well, you know, for bringing the message through and bringing the messages through clearly as well, so that I can give them out. But yeah, like I say, a lot of people are saying that this Aries moon is going to be aggressive and stuff like that. But if you think of these messages today, they've been very, very powerful without aggression, you know. Even at the beginning, when I had to kind of give everybody a bollock, and it was, you know, there was an explanation of why it happened. So if we try to, within this Aries moon, full moon, if we try to take that on board ourselves, I feel it'll be much easier for us. Okay, remember grace and dignity. Okay, remember assertiveness, and like I say, stand up for the self, but not having to stand up and fight. Okay, and know that the Spirit have our back here. This is about us going forward and about us fulfilling our role and our mission as well. And we cannot do that if we're playing small. Okay, so let what comes come, let what goes go. Remember, it's autumn. You know, just think of them trees and how they're going to change over the next coming weeks, and see this is happening to us as well. Let them layers come off, you know, and see that, you know, we might have a little bit of time of rest and dormancy in the winter, but then come spring again, them shoots are working. So just because it looks like nothing's happening, know that it is behind the scenes. Okay, and then we can stand out on that stage like I seen in the beginning and shine, shine, and shine, because shining is what we do best. Okay, so I'm sending lots and lots of love to everybody. And thank you again for being there. And if anybody does want a personal reading with me, then just click the link below, the donation links below as well, the links to my Instagram, my Facebook, and all other ways, because I do daily cards as well on Instagram and Facebook. I do post them on YouTube, but not everybody sees them. So if you do want to get that, then please follow me on social media, because it is appreciated as well. Okay, and it takes a second to click a follow button. Okay, right, I'm sending lots and lots of love for you. Get through this Aries moon unscathed, and I will see you with the November monthlies in a new house as well. Okay. Sat now.